we're going to talk about another brand that I haven't roasted as of yet. It's another brand that's been powering this channel, but so far I haven't found a way to roast it. But there are some things that I would like to mention. It's not perfect, but this redesign from Artem Straps is actually quite fascinating. We usually see redesigns on watches, but this time around we're going to talk about redesigns from a watch strap company. And that's our blueprint segment subject for the moment, the redesigns of the Artem Straps loopless collection and buckles. Let's recap what a sailcloth strap is. I'm guilty of thinking that a sailcloth is a cloth used for sailing. Cut me some slack, okay? But a sailcloth is in fact a highly resistant material carefully blended to be both flexible and weatherproof. This is so durable that it can withstand rigorous abuse from harsh elements. Artem has perfected this material, offering them in both a loopless and conventional buckle tang setup. The version 1 of the buckle had this angular shape that felt like a less aggressive Panerai hardware. It does have that dual texture finish that classes up the piece a little. This is now replaced with a sleeker and tapered down version that brings it closer to its Clasp siblings. On the wrist, it sits comfortably and it feels a tad little softer than before. Artem always had a certain allure that I do not see on other brands. Through the years of owning some, I'm pleased to see how much refinement went to each generation of their straps. I was there when they used to offer just a black color tone, which was surprisingly versatile as many of my watches could happily enjoy on Artem's company. They offered these straps on varying stitches and certain clasp styles. They expanded their deployment offerings, which always had a robustness to them, yet finished with finesse textures. It closes shut nicely and feels much more premium than other generic brands. They also gave you the choice between a conventional or quick-release spring bar. The ease of swapping out these bands really made dressing up watches quite enjoyable and making these videos a lot more fun. The only drawback from this is that all of my straps are used quite heavily. But I'm happy to report that these Artems still look amazing despite such. Now the family continues to grow as Artem now offers a third color option, the khaki green. That may not sound much, and me personally, I would be content with just having the black and blue versions. But I want more, even early on. Artem delivers with this rather earthy and natural feeling field color. For now, Artem is offering this with matching stitch colors, but I'm sure that they'll come up with additional configurations in the future. That's also something I love about this brand. They're not really bound by demand nor dictated by sales margins. It's all about what the enthusiasts love. As a company built by watch enthusiasts, they have the experience and knowledge of what works for your timepiece. They curated their products not just for the most possible combinations, what fits best for the particular watch design. That intimate relationship born out of conversing in small watch groups really gives a personal feeling, not just for the product but also for the brand. It's like how Zelos became famous for its personal service from the founder of the brand itself. Artem replicates that spirit with its straps. They do offer these straps in different width options, so you do have some sizes to choose from. These new khaki straps really projects a different kind of personality just by the sheer simplicity of the color. It taps to your horological knowledge knowing that this color was used heavily decades ago. Contrast that with the blue version, you can immediately see that this feels more contemporary. Want to hype it up a bit? Use Artem's RM deployants. This slim and classy hardware really elevates the fit and finish of not just the strap, but also any watch. It does take some getting used to as it may snag your skin at times. If this is too much to pull off, then you can always go back to the conventional buckle setup. Both of these use the same strap, so in this case, another hardware will do. Most will just buy another set, of course, but many would love this sort of playability. Speaking of playability, I have been playing with Artem Straps for almost 3 years now, and I have some first-hand time-tested experience of its durability. Like with most things, it's not perfect, and it's bound to show some wear and tear through the years. This particular two-piece strap went to the most hellish and unforgiving torture it could ever be subjected to: my wife's wrist. Some cracks developed, some loose threads here and there, and the underlining is a little worn out, but it still kept its luster from the face of utter ruin and destruction. Yes, my wife's wrist may just be where watches go to die, but these straps will live on to tell the tale. Back to the redesigns, the new Clasp now have more aggressive lines and clear corners compared to the previous versions. This new shape profile also affects the way light wraps around the polished surface. Notice how different it looks like. It has a totally different personality. From the sides, the clasps seem identical, but the new model is a little shorter and more compact. There are some improvements from the inside of the clasp bridges as well. The lines are sharper and the mechanical action is crisper altogether. This is the premium feeling that many expect from luxury watches. This is often lost from mass-produced hardware for the sake of saving time or resources. Yes, these straps, buckles, and clasps are not the most affordable in the market, but it's certainly much better in quality. For those of you looking to elevate your watch game, don't forget that your straps and buckles also deserve your attention. Design-wise, these refinements show a commitment to their audience and product, something we rarely see with accessories for your timepieces. I was really surprised at how Artem Straps refined their buckles. They didn't have to do that. They could just reproduce the same buckles over and over again, or order them from wherever factory that they're ordering them from. But these redesigns and refinements elevates the quality even more, and that also is reflected on how they're making their sailcloth material. It's a lot easier now to break in than before, and it has a slightly more slimmer profile, which is a big plus, especially for these bulky straps, and that is a blueprint for subtly refreshing your collections.